Hi, and welcome to another Sacred Sex Hair Saturday. So, today I thought we should talk about forgiveness. It's really hard to stay hard if you're really truly upset about something. Well, actually, I heard that there was like anger would, but I don't think I've ever seen it. It's usually in the forgiveness part that people are making love. But did they really forgive? Let's be real. If we don't forgive ourselves, we'll have a hard time staying in the present moment. You see, the body has memory. That's like a whole book. You should check it out or check out something like it. Anyways, so if you really want to have a connected, delicious, a sacred union, you have to get through forgiveness. There's some ways to get through. Oh my gosh. The whole time was no one gonna tell me there was junk in my eye? Edit. Anyways, I'm just getting up. I mean, it was a long night of a sacred divine union, if you know what I mean. Downloads. Anyways, sacred forgiveness is integral to create the highest potentiality of reality. Okay, so let's get into it. Everything is everything. And when you hold anger or grief or sorrow or regret in the system, it isn't able to fully surrender to the union that is divine in the sacred sex art. Okay? Now, one of the hardest things I think for people without blowing it off is forgiving the self. Like, they just suppress stuff. People suppress stuff from like when they were children and they weren't allowed to fully express, or they were put through trauma. People carry this, and we carry it for generations because, you know, like adult people make baby people. So anyway, this is really brief. Trying to keep it simple, but sacred sexual forgiveness provides space that was holding trauma to receive that passionate love connection. Now, it can be complex when you're older and you're holding trauma and body pains and all these things. So I like to use exercise sexercise to release my body from its stiffness. And so the more you move, and this is why we actually need to help our physically less able people, couples massages, opening up, even like body manipulations where you're stretching someone's leg over their head. Anyways, just these gentle stretchings provide space in the body so that healing can take place, so that forgiveness can be opened into. Because it's hard to know if you can receive someone in your heart if your heart is shut down or closed. And that's one of the main places that people hold it. They hold it in their heart, which then blocks the brain, and they go on repeat, and they attract the same people to feel the same trauma in their bodies because they haven't released the trauma, forgiven it, so that they can receive that divine partner, that divine union. Somatic yoga is really cool. I like to a belly dance, do 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 do. Karate, ha! Sometimes blood movements. If it's anger, fighting. I never fight, you know what I mean? I mean only with words, because I gotta check out my space. You know what I mean? Keep it pretty, keep it safe, keep it sensual. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm thinking forgiveness, right? So releasing the body, relaxing into flow. You can then shift that energy that is in you into that positive way of being. Like, you know, like carrying the weight of having to forgive someone else, having to forgive yourself for doing wrong to someone. And it's not upon you for them to forgive you, but you do have to release that and say, I acknowledge your feelings. I apologize for if you feel like I've left you hanging, or I hurt you, or I mean, even if you physically hurt someone, I'm sorry that I physically hurt you. I noticed this pattern in myself, and they actually change, and then you see their change, then that forgiveness kind of sets in for the person who is into that state of water, the body, right? And then actually feel it. It's okay to feel it. And the thing is, a lot of people avoid feeling and try to bypass and say like, everything's sunshine and rainbows. Well, guess it's not, okay? It's freaking not. Not today, Sally Mae. Okay? So sometimes forgiveness carries with it a lot of anger and sorrow and grief and release. And these are intense emotions. That's why people seek pleasure, especially the connection through sex. But sex can only be as pleasurable to the depths at which you've allowed yourself to fully surrender to these dark and negative seeming emotions. They're there for a reason. If you're carrying the oppression of generations in your body, that's a whole lot of release. So sometimes we have things come out like screams or tears or things that come out of nowhere when we're making sacred sex, because we're healing and opening up and softening these areas that deserve our attention and our love and release, right? Right? So forgiveness, the ultimate way to sex, okay? Sacred sex. The most sacred union you can have is the divine within yourself and your partner, creating the third energy, that moment that allows the heavens and earth to collide, to bring here in this beautiful, abundant earth our divinity. So, like, get it together, let it go, loosen it up so that more can flow. Receive all of the beauty that is you, because you know what? I'm thankful for you. You are a gift. So stay present. Remember, I've said it before, you are a gift the earth gives herself, so stay present. If you're feeling the emotion, it will move through you. It won't be forever, and it comes like waves because we're bodies of water. Did I talk about that yet? We're bodies of water. The fundamentals, the fundamentals, you know what I mean? And a girl is pretty cerebral. Ciao for now. I love you. Continue to make beautiful, sacred love. Bye.